absolute semi-final match here on mat number 10. We have Kaynan Duarte on top, representing Atos Jiu-Jitsu. On bottom, with the green and yellow belt, is Mason Fowler. This is one of the more interesting matches that we have here this weekend at the 2023 IBJJF European Championships. Mason Fowler scored a submission in his quarterfinal match against Jansen Gomez via knee bar. Kaynan Duarte, the same, was in his quarterfinal match, was able to score a submission by collar choke. So, two of the best known names in the black belt division. Great to see them both back in the gi. Great to see them here competing in the IBJJF circuit once again. And this is interesting to see that Mason elected to go to this half guard position. It's something that he does so well. He's got a great half guard game. Wrestles up really well from the half guard. Has a somewhat unorthodox approach to it also. We see here that he's kind of got like a reverse De La Riva, a little bit of a knee shield on top. But the way that he's reaching his right hand through behind the knee and cupping on top of his own thigh or own knee. Really strong position. But it's pulling Kaynan into him. So it's important that he keeps the frame of the top knee between them and not to allow too much of an opening for Kaynan. But I'm just seeing now that Mason briefly had a lapel grip. And look at this, coming up high. Look at the strength of Kaynan Duarte and picking up. That was a very interesting transition from the half guard straight into the high, the rubber guard style omoplata attack. He's got great flexibility and a great rubber guard game, but Kaynan Duarte just easily picking up a 200+ pound man and shaking him off his shoulder. But it just goes to show that Mason Fowler has a very well-developed game from here. Somewhat unorthodox, not widely seen in the modern jiu-jitsu scene. Very effective. He's very good at it. But this is better for Kaynan. Although falling into a very similar position on the other side that they were a second ago. And interesting to note actually that Mason not going to the half guard here. He has the knee shield on the top, but footwork from Kaynan Duarte and passing around the guard there with just that long range passing, using the pant grip, going around the guard one way and passing all the way around to the other side, settling down on top of the hips. He has Mason Fowler compromised in this position, that top leg all the way across the hips, and you see Kaynan settling in with the collar grip, and he also has a grip on the back of the jacket, pinching the right elbow to deny Mason from drawing his right knee back across the center line. Mason trying to make some space. He's going to create back exposure here, and we see now that Kaynan has gone chest to back. No hooks in. Hard to see what grips he has on the gi right now, but just riding the motion wherever Mason goes. Kaynan is right behind him, following, tracking that movement. Rolling through. Hard to tell who initiated that roll. I think it was Kaynan who actually rolled first. Mason doing a good job of denying him the hook so far. His neck doesn't look to be in danger here in this position. But really, wherever Mason goes, look at how calm and how composed Kaynan is in just following the movement. He's just tracking it. He's not trying to beat him to the roll. He's just right there with him, along for the ride. Now, one hook goes in. Takes it out again, though. Doesn't feel like he had it. And Mason's doing such a good job here of constantly moving and in the process not opening anything up that would allow Kaynan to slide in a hook. riding this turtle position here. Kaynan Duarte has a collar grip, but it's underneath. His arm is around underneath the arm, so not really any choking pressure from the. I mean, his last submission came just from a brutal face crank. So you have to think that Mason will be smart not to lift his head up too much in case that happens. But now you see Kaynan a little more insistent, driving the left hook in. But again, taking it out, switching it, and using the hooks in the back of the thighs, and more interested in maintaining the chest to back control than he is in getting the hooks in too early. And I think that he wants to allow Mason plenty of time and opportunity to wear himself out before he starts aggressively trying to hunt for that position. Zero, only one advantage. Kaynan Duarte has a narrow lead here on the scoreboard. It doesn't really tell the story of the match so far, but you have to say that he's been in pretty much complete control. A brief look at the omoplata attempt didn't earn Mason anything. Again, just wherever Mason goes, Kaynan is right there along for the ride. Going for the double collar grips from the back now. He has both hands underneath the armpits, and this is a good position from which to control your opponent, from where you want to move them from the turtle position. Because, of course, he stays connected and he rolls wherever Mason goes. But by taking those double collar grips, he can steer Mason. He can steer his opponent wherever he wants to go. And there is a big roll. But Kaynan now, one hook in, and has gone to the seatbelt grip. Oh, there it is. Go for the rear naked. That looks very, very deep. He switched the grip, gets the finish with 2.5 minutes remaining in that match. The match is over by submission, rear naked choke. Kaynan Duarte was waiting for that moment to attack the neck of Mason Fowler. So patient in controlling that back position. And then, I mean, when it came on,